I don't think so. 'Cause I had the feet that allowed me to do it.
Okay,
I don't know. I could be wrong.
John, take it away.
All right. So last session, we ended up approaching the tower on Lake Baratok. Near the tower, there was a wagon, not unlike Van Richten's wagon, but it was slightly different in design, and it wasn't actually his. And it did have a sign on it saying "Keep out." A few of us looked around, and Tibble and Vermil were standing near the cart while Vermil was trying to peek inside. He popped the lock after not much work and opened it up, and bottles of, what was it?
Alchemist Fire. It's
Alchemist
about
Fire
100 bottles of Alchemist Fire.
crashed into each other, and the whole thing exploded. And Vermil almost got insta-gibbed and exploded with it, but barely survived after Jimmy ran to his aid.
Blast.
Oh,
It's quite the blast.
Yeah.
And right after that experience, Jimmy just decided to knock on the door of the tower, which promptly electrocuted him and Vermil.
We were all pretty shocked about it.
Into an unconscious state again.
That'd be a brutal rule for him.
And after that, seeing as no one seemed to be charging us after a giant explosion, we looked at the door more closely, and there was a pattern on it that let us try and decipher a way into that. You had to do certain poses in the right order, which Jimmy did on the first try. And the door opened, where we took a short rest to gain our bearings and not have the tower try and destroy us even more. Inside was a magical elevator of sorts with 4 statues that pulled on chains to raise and lower us, an elevator that we barely all fit into. The second and third floors, we decided not to explore because they looked like they were just falling apart. And we got to the top floor, which looked like it had been recently stayed in by someone. We were expecting Van Richten to be there, but evidence didn't point that he was actually the one that had been there. Though we did find what seemed to be part of his journal, or entry of his diary, which we tried to decipher by doing a charcoal rubbing or something on it. We learned a bit about his past and how he seems to have thought he was cursed by Vistani after he had tried to help them with one of their own, and they took his child, who had actually turned into a vampire later on in the entry, and he seems to think he is cursed to have to that all that surround him will fall victim to the curse, and he's cursed to carry on and be surrounded by monsters all the time, and even his loved ones will turn into monsters like his son did. He had to end up killing his own son. And he also apparently was spared by a lich at some point in his life. And that lich raised a horde of zombies, and he led the zombies to get revenge on the Vistani. And I'm sure I missed a bit more of that. We didn't get a whole lot of information on the entry. I wrote down as much as I could.
Yeah, all I did was read it once, and then you guys were on your own because you were using a chalk rubbing.
Yep. And
the original pages
night,
were in the wagon, by the way.
Nice.
I had them ready to share.
Wolves and what seemed to be, I can't remember if we saw them as werewolves that night, but they were howling, and 2 of us didn't actually get a good sleep. Tibble and Jimmy were kept up a bit and were exhausted the next morning, didn't get quite the full rest that they wanted. And when we stepped outside the tower the next morning, Jimmy and Tibble being grumpy about the wolves, they actually approached the tower, and we got into a brief scuffle where Tibble had his unluckiness with wolves yet again almost getting knocked down. But at the last moment, a Vistani lady came out of the water shooting silver-tipped bolts at the leader of the werewolves, and they decided to flee. And we took care of the wolves that were close by, but all the werewolves got away. And she told us to get in the tower. And that's where we left off.
Almost. You left off at, what the fuck just happened?
Yes. And then Jimmy responding with,
Those crazy fucking wolves blew up that wagon.
trying to break into it. And we fought him. Yeah.
Okay. Inspiration for John. Thank you for the summary.
Yes.
All right. So, as soon as the door shuts, she rushes to the elevator, motions you to follow. She doesn't wait long. If any of you don't immediately start running to the elevator, it starts going up, and you'll just have to like hop up and catch it.
Raider would be going on as long as it seemed
yeah.
like they would all fit properly and not stall the elevator.
Okay. Yes, you
I'm
do
on.
fit. You get to the top floor pretty quickly. She stumbles over to the bed and opens up the chest, fumbles around inside and pulls out one of the old shirts. There's some clothing in there. She tears a strip of it off, and you see her start wrapping her thigh, which you now notice is pretty bloody. As a matter of fact, looking at her, she's pretty tore up. She's got a lot of claw marks across her arms, and her clothing is pretty ragged. Like it's torn and shredded quite a bit. She's pretty bloody.
Do any of her wounds look like bite marks?
No.
All right. Look at
She,
werewolf claw
as soon as she looks like some kind of beast clawed her. You're not sure what kind.
Raider would offer a hand if she doesn't seem like she would snap at him.
She give me an insight. She does, in fact, look like she would snap. She seems pretty pissed right now. Her hands are trembling. They're just caked with grit and dirt and blood. And as she's wearing like fingerless gloves, you can see the blood, like the leather looks red, but you realize the gloves are not in fact red. There's just so much blood on them.
I want
There's
I
way
wanna
too
say
much
allow
blood
me
on her to
to-
be just hers.
Nice. I want to say
Wow.
allow me and lay my hands on
She
her.
holds her hand up to you, just like, don't talk to me.
Uh-huh.
She cinches the bandage on the thigh. You don't have any lay on hands left.
I thought we had long rest since then.
No.
Wasn't that last night we did that?
Mm-mm.
The thing blew up.
Oh,
I
no,
need
no,
to
no.
go-
You have had a long rest since it blew up.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, but he
Well-
and I got no rest.
Yeah. She's still
wasn't-
like, nope. And just points at you like, don't.
Maybe she's
she-
evil.
She cinches the bandage, kind of grimaces, and then she stands up and looks to and pulls the curtain aside from the arrow slits in the southwest. Peeks out. You can see her taking, and without looking, you see her reach down, and she's got a hook on the loop of her belt above her all the quarrels, and you see her take and just push it. The string catches on the hook, and she pushes with one hand, cocks the crossbow, and then reaches down and grabs another quarrel to load into it. She then rests it into it's like a large bracket. It's a leather-bound loop that then has like a hook at the top of the belt that she can rest the loaded hand crossbow in. So she's got one over each side of her hip. She leans out. She looks some more. You see her peering around, and then finally she shuts the curtain. She turns around and just slumps onto the bed. Who the
Okay.
fuck are you? What are you doing in my home?
Van Richten sent us.
She invited us in, didn't she?
I think she means you take her meaning as what are you doing here?
Okay, okay.
as in before I came in.
Gotcha, okay.
You say Van Richten sent us.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that old fossil up to?
Well, he
Well-
said he would be traveling back to here. He said he lived here.
Lived. Lived is correct, past tense.
How long
Doesn't
ago
matter.
did he live here?
A year ago? He hasn't been back since. He went to Valakai, started a carnival, some stupid shit. The
Yeah,
coward.
he said something about being found out and it was time to move.
Well, once again, he was too late to give me any help.
How long have you lived here?
About a year.
What happened?
No, so I shouldn't say a year. It's just 18 months.
Huh.
After Van Richten trained me, he left. He doesn't have the stomach for this anymore. What the hell happened to
told
my
us-
wagon?
Oh, werewolves tried to break in.
That's bullshit. We thought it was a Vistani wagon. We tried to break in.
Can
to
I
see
can
what
I
they
stop
were
you,
doing.
Brian? The
Yeah.
moment he says werewolves tried to break into it, she smiles. Like you catch, she's happy. She's super happy.
Oh,
Do you still
okay,
want to
I'll shut
continue?
my fucking mouth.
Okay, I was just going to say, you're observant enough to catch that she is thrilled at that idea. And she goes, I knew they'd fall for it. How many did it get?
2 or 3?
I
At
don't know.
least
We were
two
pretty
for sure.
far away.
Yeah. There were definitely 2 caught within the blast, let's put it that way.
So that's
Yep.
what brought you here?
Well, we were looking for Von Richten, but, I mean, that was here when we arrived.
All right. Why did Von Richten send you? Did he tell you
Because
about
we
me?
found out he's a vampire hunter.
She seems a little suspicious. Did he tell you about me?
We didn't know anything about you. How do you know Van Richten?
He trained me. The old man doesn't have the courage to do this anymore. So now I take up the hunt.
He told us that he was fighting or hunting werewolves and other creatures with his pet not too long ago.
He hunts Vistani.
He did say that.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm sure he's slain a werewolf or 2, no big feat. But he's lost his eye from the prize.
So, why is it so important to hunt the werewolf? Why spend 18 months hunting them nonstop?
Tibble, I don't think she's talking about werewolves anymore.
Yeah, I think she's talking about...
That's right, armored one.
Talking about what's his face.
The vampire, specifically
Yeah.
their master.
Yeah, we killed a whole nest of them earlier, a few days ago.
Spawn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She gives a
Tend to
little.
like the sunlight.
She gives a little. It's a start. Maybe you're ready for the real thing.
That one wasn't actual. The sun wasn't.
You-
The priest.
You fought Spawn every time.
Every time. Okay.
Yep.
Not a legit vampire yet.
We wouldn't have survived a real vampire, probably.
Maybe you wouldn't have. I'm
Jesus.
ready for Count Dracovic or whatever the fuck his name is.
Zorovich.
Whatever.
Strad von Zorovich. Anyways, she, you can see that she's sagging. She's really not doing well. She's pretty tore up. She's critically wounded.
So did I get a long rest last night or no?
All of you got a long rest.
Okay, I just have exhaustion.
Two
right?
of you are exhausted.
Okay. So I'm gonna walk up and just kind of allow me and place my hand on her.
As soon as you take a step towards her, she's got a dagger out in one hand and she's reaching back for a hand crossbow. I said, stay away from me.
Hey, I'm just gonna heal you. I got healing. You know.
She spits blood on the ground. I don't need anything from you. You can stay until you're healed, and then get out.
Is Tibble still hurt?
Oh,
Yes.
Tibble's
Very-
fucked up.
I'm gonna walk up and look, and I'm gonna lay my hands on Tibble and heal him for like 5 wounds. It's like, hey, you want some of this, huh? Sexual
God.
sight like that.
God, roll persuasion with double disadvantage.
She is showing no interest in your healing.
All right. Well, Tibble, I'm gonna heal you for 5.
All right, thank you.
Now allow me to get 5 people up from dying.
Hey, Gray Fox, what's up?
So, Jason, I'm at 28 wounds.
Okay. Did I need to
You
change
can
something?
type that yourself.
Oh, can I just change
Why
it
isn't
myself?
Nick just dragging a heal onto you?
Because I
I
wasn't sure
know.
how to do it with checking, like, did you make
You put
modifiers?
modifier 5
Just
in
type-
the box.
Just
Okay.
put 5 in the modifier window and drag your heal onto him.
Okay, I couldn't remember, so that's why I hadn't done it.
I've already
Okay.
done it. I didn't realize
Yeah.
I could do it myself.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
I want to talk to her and let her know that we were looking for the Wizard's Tower on a lake, which Van Richten said was this, and that the Wizard's name and servant should guide us to that which we seek.
Oh,
That makes
we're doing
sense.
that, weren't we? Gotta make sense to you, because it sure doesn't to us.
she stands up. She hobbles over to the desk. She says, Kazan. The name you saw on the door downstairs.
Yeah.
That suit of armor, like, springs up, like it straightens. This was the wizard's servant.
Okay.
I thought I said Kazan when we were in here before.
You were asking what the wizard's name was. You said, wasn't it Karazhan? I reminded you it was Kazan, but no, at no
Yeah.
point did you say you were going to state the name aloud.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I was waiting for you to. I was hinging on it. I was like, oh, this is
Right.
going to be awesome. He's going to say it. It's going to spring, and he's going to like, the wizard's servant. It makes sense now.
Yeah.
But,
Damn it.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Maybe we don't want to lead it until we've bound
Yeah.
Chibble's wounds a bit.
I'm rested.
Okay.
Yeah, we do need to recover. Does the armor speak?
No, it just straightens. And she says, where is he to lead you?
I don't know.
We're here seeking knowledge.
Okay.
A weapon to fight Zarovic?
No, the
This
weapon
one's
was...
history, by the way.
Is it history? I thought it was knowledge.
history. I can't remember. I guess I could check the notes, huh? I was thinking it was another item.
Tales of history and knowledge of the ancients will help you better understand your enemy.
Okay.
Let me back up here. Where's my notes? There it is. Nope, that's not it. My Taroka.
My Taroka has a first name.
It's Taroka.
Gotcha. Let the lizard's name and servant guide you to that which you seek. Okay, cool. So, you say that you are here seeking knowledge. She looks to the suit of armor and says, servant, they are seeking knowledge in this tower. Do you know what they speak of? All of a sudden, the armor turns around to the wall it was standing in front of. It reaches down. It punches its fingers through, like, the mortar between the bricks there is, like, as it crumbles away, you realize it's more like sand. It's not even mortar. It grabs one of the blocks and pulls it out. It reaches in and pulls out an ancient-looking book.
Oh, nice.
It turns around and offers it to her. Wait. No, it turns around, walks over to Tibble, and hands it to him.
I'll take the book.
Why
Okay.
Tibble?
Because Tibble's the one who said we are here seeking knowledge.
Ah,
So I'm going to look at the book.
I am going to tell you what you get here. Oh, Raider. I should tell you, this morning when you woke, your need went away, and you realize it was artificial.
Roger.
Okay. So, it's about a 5-pound book, and it's a large tome. The cover is called The Tome of Strahd. The pages of the parchment are extremely brittle, and it's written in a very curious shorthand that you can't understand. The book's almost entirely illegible, but there are several paragraphs that are intact and readable. Let's see.
Is it some sort of code?
Maybe. It's definitely not a language that any of you recognize. Like, it looks like common. It's just scrambled.
So it's not Thieves' Cant?
No, it is not Thieves' Cant. Good question, though.
Raider would ask, have we got our name?
Esmeralda.
He's going to ask Esmeralda if she's seen this book before.
Never.
Can she read it?
She recognizes some of the penmanship. This is definitely Strahd von Zorovich's handwriting.
Interesting.
But it's some kind of shorthand. She's found other things he's written when she was in the castle, and they were written in this same sort of shorthand.
What is
I'm sorry, you said it was Strahd writing it?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
What does the parts we can read say?
It reads, I am the ancient. I am the land. My beginnings are lost in the darkness of the past. I was the warrior. I was good and just. I thundered across the land like the wrath of a just God, but the war years and the killing years wore down my soul as the wind wears something into the land. I literally cannot read that word. Oh, as the wind wears a four into land. All goodness slipped from my life. I found my youth and strength gone, and all I had left was death. My army settled in the valley of Barovia and took power over the people in the name of a just God, but with none of a God's grace or justice. I called for my family, long unseated from their ancient thrones, and brought them here to settle in the castle Ravenloft. They came with a younger brother of mine, Sergei. He was handsome and youthful. I hated him for both. From the families of the valley, one spirit shone above all others, a rare beauty who was called Perfection, Joy, and Treasure. Her name was Tatiana, and I longed for her to be mine. I loved her with all my heart. I loved her for her youth. I loved her for her joy. But she spurned me. Old One was my name to her, elder and brother also. Her heart went to Sergei. They were betrothed. The date was set. With words she called me brother, but when I looked into her eyes, they reflected another name, death. If it was the death of the age that she saw, it was the death of the age that she saw in me. She loved her youth and enjoyed it, but I had squandered mine. The death she saw in me turned her from me, and so I came to hate death, my death. I'm going to share that one. My hate is very strong. I would not be called death too soon. I have made a pact with death, a pact of blood. On the day of the wedding, I killed Sergei, my brother. My pact was sealed with his blood. I found Tatiana weeping in the garden east of the chapel. She fled from me. She would not let me explain, and a great anger swelled within me. She had to understand the pact I made for her. I pursued her. Finally, in despair, I pursued her. Finally, in despair, she flung herself from the walls of Ravenloft, and I watched everything I ever wanted fall from my grasp forever. It was 1,000 feet through the mist. No trace of her was ever found. Not even I know her final fate. Arrows from the castle guards pierced me to my soul, but I did not die, nor did I live. I became undead forever. I have studied much since then. Vampire is my new name. I still lust for life and youth, and I curse the living that took them from me. Even the sun is against me. It is the sun and its light I fear the most, but little else can harm me now. Even a stake through my heart does not kill me, though it holds me from movement. But the sword that cursed sword that Sergei brought, I must dispose of that awful fool. I fear and hate it as much as the sun. I have often hunted for Tatiana. I have even felt her within my grasp, but she escapes. She taunts me. She taunts me. What will it take to bend her love to me? I now reside far below Ravenloft. I live among the dead and sleep beneath the very home. Jesus, what word is it? Stones. The very stones of this hollow castle of despair. I shall. Jesus. I shall seal shut the walls of the stairs so that none may disturb me. There you go. God damn. That was a pain in the ass to read.
Yeah.
But I'm sharing both of those. Let me put that other one back. I accidentally hit it.
I think we should have killed that chick we escorted, just to keep him from finding her. That's not a character, by the way.
This is what the tome looks like. And this was the second page. Share. There you go. So I'm going to close those. I don't need them on my screen. Hold on. I got to... All right. So
short rest. If that's what you're sewing.
short rest is fine.
Okay.
She tells the suit to guard her, and she lays down to rest on the bed.
All right.
And I've issued a short rest.
Well, that was unfortunate. Mother trucker.
That was more unfortunate.
Of course, the big one's the third one, so I don't even need it. She just got the 2 wounds, whatever. Give a shit.
Yeah, you guys probably should have, because you guys are out of hit dice for the day.
I have 1 left.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh.
During the short rest, it's been requested that I share this video with everyone because it will make their night.
By who?
So, by Jen. I don't know. So we're going to try it.
Nature's neat, guys.
Oh, I saw it before. It's a recreation of
Oh my god, this is hilarious. I have seen this.
Hey, hold on. Ho. It's Vermil. Breaking in.
2 cars come.
I don't know. That guy just stood there. I actually felt
2 cars come 2 different ways.
I believe you mean it was the werewolves.
Bag up.
Oh, yeah,
Bag up,
absolutely.
Terry. Put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse.
Put it in
Oh,
reverse, Terry.
Lord.
Or maybe that was Jimmy during the explosion on the edge of it. Oh, jeez, that's low.
What was wrong with that dude that he couldn't move?
Apparently his chair wasn't working.
Or he's panicking, one or the other. That laugh makes it all worthwhile. All right.
Jesus.
Hold the hand, Tico. Hey, hold on, hold. 2 cars, come.
Oh.
So, I mean, we're doing pretty good so
Bag up,
far.
bag up.
We got
Bag
two
up,
of those
Terry.
things.
Put it in reverse, Terry.
Two what?
Put it in
Yeah,
reverse.
yeah.
I'm gonna ask.
Okay, cards.
What's the third one called?
Oh, Lord.
Has Esmeralda?
Jesus.
There's the donjon and
Terry,
the powerful force for good, the holy symbol of great hope.
Knowledge we got. Dungeon.
You think someone would have helped him, right?
No kidding.
They were too busy laughing at him.
Yeah.
If somebody
It's
told us about
harmless.
where to find that third eye, the holy symbol, I just can't remember where it was.
We were told to go to the Argonvast.
That's right. You have good memory. Or good notes.
It was the tall fucking mountain, wasn't it?
It's the down south along the main road.
But
Down south of the main road.
D&D.
Has Esmeralda finished her short rest, or is she like out?
I know
Uh,
she'd be out around us.
she's not out. She's just resting in the bed.
I want to ask her if she knows of Tatiana, or what became of Tatiana.
I don't know anything about a Tatiana. Is that the
Strahd
woman that Strahd lost?
Yeah.
That he blames all of his problems on?
Yes.
Yep.
It was never found.
Sure.
So I want to ask her what happened to her.
The castle.
You were in the castle.
Yes.
Why? Why were you in Ravenloft?
To kill Strahd.
Seems
But
like
I
it's
think-
risky to do alone, isn't it?
Yeah. Can you get allies?
It wasn't supposed to be alone. It was supposed to be with Rickton. But
Oh,
I'm
nice.
done. I've had enough time to sit here and think, and I realize perhaps Rickton was right. I should probably just try and find a hole to crawl into and hide.
You should join us. We're gonna kill him. It's the last thing we do.
It will be the last thing you attempt.
Maybe for you.
That's what everyone keeps saying.
Van Richten tried to tell me. I didn't understand. I now realize how fortunate I am that I left, although part of me thinks that he let me go.
Is the magic thing still on that dampens all the magic here?
Did you fight Strahd?
Oh, that's right. Never mind, Tibble. Well, you healed normal, but you can have your
Oh,
lay on hands
Fine.
back.
you can't use it. That's right.
Yeah, your lay on hands wouldn't function in here.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
I did too.
Sorry.
My bad.
Do you want me to
Means it
take
gets
5
bad.
ones?
Looks
Did you
like
get
you
to
would have
full?
got.
Did you have
would've
any
got
hit
the
dice
full.
left?
You had extra
I-
5. You only get 5 of his last 10 anyways.
He's got one hit die left. Yeah.
I've got 1 hit die left.
You
My
would have
last
gotten to
one
full.
was-
Yeah,
His
you would have
last
gotten to
roll
full.
was 10.
Yes, my
Yeah.
last roll was 10. So
Yeah, you would have gotten to full. It's fine. And I don't really want to retcon that much. So
Did you confront Strahd in your attempt?
no, I didn't make it to him. I mean, he showed up, but no, I barely got into the castle
Yeah, we faced him off
before
once,
I
too.
was beset by gargoyles, a vampire, a golem.
Eventually, our path is going to lead us into Ravenloft.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to draw some maps, give us some pointers, tell us maybe some traps that we can avoid, or ways in that maybe we wouldn't be observed? We'll not ask you to join us if you're not willing, but perhaps you can help us in this way.
Have you been invited?
We have not been invited. But we
It's
do
easy to
believe-
tell. Has a black carriage ridden up with a nightmare drawing it, and the doors open for you.
No.
Then you will not get into Ravenloft.
Once we get into Ravenloft, or we believe we know how to get invited, assuming we get into Ravenloft, can you help us from there?
The butler is not lying. That's about all I can tell you. I only entered 2 chambers. The main hall, and then the butler told me to go down that hallway as peril. You should follow me. I assumed he was lying. He was not. I barely escaped. Strahd, during his laughter, told me I had worn out my welcome. And the castle turned on me.
Did you flee the castle, or were you sent out?
Oh, I fled. In fact, she takes on her leg. She shows you her leg. The side of her calf is all tore up. That was from the gate. It slammed shut as I was passing through it.
I think we need to lure him out.
Are you serious about trying to kill Strahd?
Oh yeah, we're gonna do it. If we're gonna do it, we have to kill every motherfucker in this place.
Then you have to fight him in his home. You have
Oh,
to
really?
fight him at his crypt.
Did we read the tome out loud to where she could hear it?
I don't know, did you?
Yeah.
I would assume I read it rather than
Yeah.
everybody read it.
Well, you heard the passage where it said that even a stake through the heart doesn't kill him.
That's
But
correct.
he's afraid of the blade. He's afraid of Sir Key's blade, which we
Well,
The reason we haven't been invited yet is he's afraid of us.
okay, she stops. Her eyes perk up. She's like, "You found the sun sword?"
Yeah, I got it right here.
Let's just show everyone that we have this sun sword. That's a great
Why
idea.
not? I mean, it's not like not like you didn't know we already have it. Who else is gonna come looking for us?
We may not have your training, but maybe we're not the vampire hunters. We're the vampire killers.
Well,
And I'm
you'll have
sure
to do
we'll
it on
run-
your own. I'm retired.
Yeah, it's okay to be afraid.
Can you give
You'll
us any
regret
tips?
those words.
Can you give us any tips, any of the training that Van Richten gave you that maybe would aid us as we confront
not get bitten.
vampires?
Never get bitten. Garlic can
So,
repel a minor vampire. It will have no effect on a vampire of Strahd's power. The spawn are not as dangerous, but they're ridiculously strong and agile and hardy. Running water causes them pain. Holy water is like acid. A stake through the heart will immobilize them. If you truly want to kill one, cut off its head and burn them in separate piles. You have to kill a vampire at his crypt to kill him for good. Otherwise, he'll just turn to mist and fly away, or turn into a bat and fly away, or turn into a wolf and gallop away. Assume anything you've done up until you've entered this valley, Strahd knows.
so you've been hunting vampires for at least 18 months.
About 6. I trained with Van Richten for about a year.
And you're going into the vampire crypts to kill them? Or are you just shooting them and turning them into mist?
I'm trying to kill Strahd. I was. I now see that Van Richten is right, and it's hopeless.
Where do you get your silvered weapons?
I made them myself. Van Richten showed me how.
Can you show us how?
Not in the time you have before I leave this tower. You've learned how to get up here. You now know the password to activate the armor. I guess you can consider this your base. I will not be returning.
Where will you go?
She's looking out the window again, assuming those vampires let us leave, or those werewolves let us leave.
We could just kill him.
Do they hunt completely during the day, or are they going to be afraid of you right now with your silvered bolts?
I think I took them by surprise. And I would assume the explosion already had them rattled. So that drove them off, but once they can reorient, they'll be back.
Do they have a lair?
Yes, deep in the woods. But I'm sure that looked like Kirill Stoyanovich. And if he has decided that this tower is now prey, we're not getting out of here until one of us is dead.
Okay.
Do you have any idea how to shut down the magical barrier around this tower? It's hard to use any of my powers from it if I need to.
Oh, it's the wizard Kazan who built this tower is the one who did that. It appears to be permanent. It's one of the safeguards we have, is that no magic functions in this tower.
Which also makes the sword won't function. Which is too bad.
The werewolves know how close they can get. They won't get within range of the arrow slits. Not without an opportunity to attack someone. The fight will have to be out there in the woods, most likely. I doubt they'll even fight us on the ford again. They just have to keep us from crossing.
I want to describe to her the guys that were all like white and covered in chalk or whatever, and see if she knows who they are.
Oh, those are they're just a barbarian tribe that's lived in this valley for a long time. Somehow they've stayed out of the politics. They seem honestly unaffected, but they've lived in this savage land for centuries.
Will they attack?
Honestly, not unless you attack them first. They're not a hostile people, but they're very suspicious. I have seen one fight before. I saw a group of them fight a direwolf, and they fight like savages.
Is it true that the direwolves are the druids of Strahd?
Some of them. There's a coven of druids. I don't know where their main lair would be, but they operate in the forests here. They have all. There was a druidic circle that protected these lands before Strahd came, but they've all become corrupted and evil now. They serve only to perpetuate the darkness that he's brought.
Is there a way to fix that corruption?
They say everything's solved with the death of Strahd.
Okay.
Well, most people do. Von Richten has come up with a theory that if Strahd were killed, this land would cease to exist, and everyone in it.
So, he seems to think that we're stuck here forever. We're dead.
Oh, I'm assuming he told you that it was hopeless to go after Strahd. I only say that because it's the last thing he said to me, and now I understand why.
Okay.
But I did not have the Sunblade.
Yes.
And it doesn't sound like you had much help. With us, you could.
Could, but won't.
Why?
I've been inside the castle. I'm never going back.
Will you
How
at
did you-
least help us against these werewolves as we try to leave?
Sure, I need to get out of here too.
How did you get invited to the castle?
I told you. A black coach drawn by nightmares pulled up when the doors opened. There
Why
was an
did you get
invitation
invited to
laying
the
inside. Because I foolishly thought Strahd had underestimated me. He wanted me to come and fail. I think he grew bored of me.
All right.
Well, let's put on a show.
I can assume now that the rest of my days I'll be hunted by wolves and werewolves until I die.
Nah, let's go kill them.
She's ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, what's your
Vader's
basic
ready.
game plan here?
To get a good night's sleep, let's kill every last one of those fuckers.
You'll have to sit in the tower all day to take another long
No,
rest.
he means he wants to kill them so you can sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, sorry. Bad joke. So. So she doesn't think they'll cross the water?
She doesn't think they'll get in range. She doesn't believe they will get in range of the arrow slits unless
Okay.
they're able to attack someone.
All right.
Like they're not going to weather arrow fire unless they're actually able to get in melee.
Gotcha.
Does she have any garlic?
That helps.
Is that gonna
She does not have garlic.
Not against the werewolves, but he did say that the
By the way,
vampires are.
here's a picture of her.
Are you scared of little vampires?
There's a picture of Esmeralda.
A little bit, Nick.
Nice. Whoa, that leg's weird.
Wow.
What's up with her feet? The mechanical leg?
I don't remember that being in there, but yeah, it sure looks like it. No, she doesn't have a wooden leg in my game. I don't remember anything about a...
All right.
That boot's just misshapen from the gate.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I
So,
mean, Raider thinks if you challenge the head wolf outside, that they'll show up when he's ready to take them on the front lines. If any of you are,
would killing the leader of the werewolves make the other one stop being werewolves? Like, would it kill him at all?
No, but it might chase him off and demoralize him.
I could
Jimmy-
challenge him to 1-to-1 combat.
Yeah,
says-
wolves are pack animals. I don't think they do one-on-one combat.
Cowards.
Jimmy says, "Are you sure you're a wolf killer? Because you look like a fox."
My God.
Oh my god.
My God.
Jesus Christ.
That was Jimmy, not Tibble. Tibble doesn't talk like
That was not Jimmy.
that. That must have been Raider.
He stopped after the lay on hands didn't work.
Raider's like, your leg is fucked up. I can do better.
If you'd have tried to lay it on hands on her shoulder or something, you might have gotten there.
Magic-less tower.
So,
That's right.
I mean, we
I-
could put. Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, Raider's just ready to head to the
Yeah.
forward area and call out whatever Esmeralda said the guy's name was.
So I want to go up to the suit of armor and say, Kazan.
Yeah. Does Duke come help us, or is it like stuck in the tower?
I'm sure it's stuck in the tower, but there may be more it can teach us.
It's Kazan is the name.
Yeah. Well, I said Kazan.
I used to
Kazan.
raid there. Raid there. That was Karazhan, never mind. We had this discussion.
So, as she's readying for battle, she takes a vial of red liquid, looks like some sort of healing potion, and drinks that, and you see her instantly bolstered and seems to feel much better.
Nice. So hard to come by here. Is this
Does Tibble have any effect on that statue?
Do what?
Does Tibble have any effect on the statue? Is it able to follow us in any way?
No. One, the statue only obeys her commands, and two, or it's only obeying her commands right now, and two, she said it can't leave the tower.
Can
I
it
just wonder-
operate a bow?
No.
I'm just wondering if there's more it can give us besides this tomb.
It can keep the stove loaded for you. It can warn you of intruders. It can wake you up if someone's in the tower.
Before you leave, is there a way that we can activate it rather than you being assuming master?
Wait 24 hours. Speak the wizard's name.
Alright.
It will only listen to my commands for the next 24 hours, but after that,
Raiders on the elevator ready to go down.
All right, let's do this.
Esmeralda's
Have a
loaded and
stretch.
ready.
I don't have any other ideas. I guess we're going werewolf hunting.
One at a time, roll at once. Makes no difference to me.
Okay.
Is she gonna run, or will she help us kill the werewolves?
She's gonna help. At least she said she was.
She said she needs to get out of here, and she will help you to do that. So,
Well, I mean, like at their base in the woods, or does she mean just this fight and she's out?
she's out. She's getting out of here.
So we'll kill them all now.
So, you get to the bottom floor.
Because it worked so well last time.
Yeah, I did fine.
You exit the tower. Everything looks calm.
Raider points out that he's gonna have that globe of darkness around him that Esmeralda probably saw as she got into the tower.
Okay.
That's his plan, so if she wants to find a vantage point around that, that'd be a good idea.
Okay.
And he asks what the name of the leader was, because he's gonna shout it in a challenging manner.
Kyril
Fort.
Stoyanovich.
Right. He gets to partway down the fort or close to the fort area and shouts it out and sees if there's any reaction from any of the trees.
Okay. Perception, Brian, you two.
All right.
You don't hear anything, Raider. Vermeil, you do hear a rustle deeper back in the woods. You hear like a reacting sound. It's pretty faint. It could be just a twig breaking or a branch moving as someone brushes it, but it's in reaction to him yelling.
How far does it seem?
Vermeil would say deep back, like off of the road back where it forked, where this branch came off. Or like looking at the map there, like maybe as far as a quarter mile back. It was a ways back. You heard nothing. Vermeil's the one who said something reacted to that. I heard it.
Well, Raider's going to shout out
for us.
Are you too coward to face us out in the open? Did we kill too many of your wolves?
Oh, give me an intimidation check.
Curious, we should move into the woods where we have more cover.
Where it's their home?
You want to fight wolves in the woods?
Well, I think about that. Otherwise, they're gonna have eagles surrounding us.
Like crazy?
I'll fight wolves wherever they be.
Brian, you do hear something approaching. You can hear movement in the leaves getting closer, or out in the trees. But it's still a long way off. You can just hear that something's moving this way, more than one something.
I'll just quietly let them know they're coming. Say something taunting again, and they'll be here faster.
Okay, Esmeralda looks and says, "I'm crossing."
All right, I'm gonna follow Esmeralda.
Okay, she crosses the ford, moves to the trees more to the south side of the opening, and hunkers up into the bushes against the tree.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hide too. That's a good
we're
idea.
gonna stick together.
Okay.
I mean, Raider's going to still stay out in the open. He's still...
Are you going to cross the ford?
Yeah, he's gonna be out in the open, not too far from
Can I climb a tree and hide up in it?
You can try.
his allies.
I want to do that.
Acrobatics or athletics plus a stealth. Tibble, what are you doing? Vermeil, what are you doing? I got Raider. Raider's going to stay on point right out in front.
I guess I'll go into the trees with everybody else and try to look like a tree.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Sorry, I mean I didn't do it in the box.
Okay.
I'll do stealth
Well,
in the box.
you'll know instantly whether or not you get up the tree.
Yeah, you don't need to. Yeah, you
That's true.
scramble up it like you've climbed enough masts in your time. You hung onto a crow's nest through 2 squalls, so you're all right.
I rolled stealth with disadvantage to try to hide amongst the trees because I've got a level of exhaustion.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, I do too.
Yeah, thank you. You guys are both exhausted.
So I roll athletics again.
Yeah.
I don't want to be out in the open. I'll just try to hide somewhere.
Okay, is everyone hiding around near Esmeralda then?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys are going to hide in a cluster over there in the bushes and trees. Jimmy's climbed up a tree, and Raider is just holding out right out in front.
He's like twirling his sword
Okay,
and continuing baiting insults.
okay.
I want to be on the tree. I want to be kind of close to Raider because they're going to be focusing on him.
Okay.
Raiders are shouting out about how he's gonna enjoy collecting more wolf heads and prying out their teeth.
And how we don't
Nice.
know where they are, so they must be a werewolf.
And bathing in their blood. And how they must be afraid since the daylight is not the moonlight.
Okay.
And then
Damn.
Damn. Smells of elderberries.
He's going on. So, it does not take long before from the far end of the road, probably like the edge of the tree line to the north side. Let's say the clearing itself is probably 30 feet across, like the road from one side of the woods to the other is about 30 feet across. It goes back a quarter mile to the rest of the woods, like to the southeast. Immediately behind you is the ford and the tower, and emerging from the trees on the northern side, you see several werewolf shapes step out.
Do they look like they're charging for battle right away?
No, right now they've just emerged. There are 3 coming out of the northern part of the woods. There are 3 coming out of the southern part of the woods. All of them are probably 50 feet away from you. The northern ones would be 60 or 70 feet away from the group. The other ones are probably 30 feet away from everyone else. So we'll say 4, 5, and 6 are to the south. 1, 2, and 3 are to the north. Stepping out into the center of the road from the north is the larger werewolf who you had identified as Cairo. You see them all standing, and they're all hunched. A couple of them were in human form, and they've morphed into werewolf as they're walking up, as they're standing there. He's hunched over, long sadistic claws out, drools dripping from his mouth.
If they seem to be approaching any further than 50 feet, Raider wants to indicate for them to hold there in some way. And
Okay.
If they do not, he's gonna.
They do look like they're planning to close. Like they're kind of like the other werewolves are looking to Cairo, and he's looking like they're scanning around. They're looking for where's everyone else. Like you're not out here by yourself. And finally, Cairo alone starts to advance. Now, let's be fair. Cairo's probably about 80 feet away because he was at the back of the pack. He's starting to walk basically between them towards you. He's walking very cautiously. He's sniffing the air, looking around. And then finally he pauses and he goes, I smell them, but I don't see them. Are your friends afraid to come and play?
No, they just thought I could handle it all myself. They wanted to watch me kill you all.
Cairo laughs. Like he laughs.
And at that, Raider would actually send Eldritch Blast forward.
Nice. All right. Tell you what. we're gonna do a dexterity. We're gonna roll an initiative check. If you beat him on initiative, he's surprised.
All right. I probably won't, but here goes nothing.
Come on, that's not the spirit. 13. Why is everyone else rolling?
Sorry.
You guys can roll. I'm just kidding. I
I was-
don't care.
Texting my wife about my son. Sorry.
Why wouldn't I roll? If it's going to be combat, that's going to be where I come in.
I just did a
see,
check.
check.
Instead of I don't know. if
All
you
right,
wanna
he
give
is
me
not
that or
surprised.
Okay.
Kyrol said.
I saw. I don't know if we're supposed to. Are we supposed to see that dex check?
Yeah, I don't care. It was just his initiative.
Oh, okay.
He was just showing that he
Yeah.
wasn't surprised.
Oh, okay.
If you want to give me the 13 in my init, I didn't actually roll the init thing. I just did a dex check. Unless you want me to re-roll init.
No, I'll just put it in. Raider, 13, and Dickwad is 15.
No, I
Okay.
rolled a 3.
What?
Oh, with this
Oh,
initiative
never
low
mind.
isn't good, Scott.
I know.
It's cute.
The dice slipped. I'm tired. Remember?
So, we will start with Raider, then we'll follow regular initiative order, and then on following turns we'll just go initiative order.
Gotcha.
So, Raider, you get to chuck off a blast.
I like it. I like it.
Am I able? I don't actually.
So, see, Tibble, rolling good initiative was actually bad.
Well, considering that we
And I
don't
get
have
2 less because it's level 5.
Yep.
All right, yeah.
I'm assuming
considering we
twin
don't have
bolts
any
both at
ranged
him.
weapons that will hurt them. We have to be close.
Oh, that's definitely a hit
That'll work.
for max
Yeah.
damage.
That was
Nice.
a good hit.
Oh,
And a
next
miss.
one.
So that balanced out.
Yeah.
You were really impressed by that first hit, though.
Yeah, the first
You
hit
were-
was nice.
You were so
Yeah.
surprised.
All right. And I guess it jumps to top of the order now.
Yeah.
So. I'll let
Okay.
you do that.
Esmeralda is actually the next to go. And,
Is there a map, by the way, or are we in Theater of the Mind? here?
theater of mine.
Okay.
Okay,
About how far am I away from my allies then?
they're probably 20 feet to your right.
Okay.
They're near you. They are considered shape changers. Okay. No. Okay. So, rather than try and go after him, she steps out and she starts to move her hands, and you see electricity start to crackle as she starts chanting in an arcane language. And she lets rip with a lightning bolt.
Nice. Glad she is helping us.
He
At
didn't say who the lightning bolt hit yet.
3 of the werewolves that were lined up.
Yes.
The 3 on the south. All 3 of them, however, made their save and take 32 damage each from the lightning bolt. No, I'm sorry, 16.
Yeah.
She rolled 32. They take 16 damage each from the lightning bolt, wounding them all, but not. They're not like
okay.
heavily wounded. It blasted them though, and they seem quite shocked. With that, she pulls out a rapier and hand axe and starts to weave them around, ready for the fight. She advances forward 10 feet, really into the bushes with her back to a tree. And it's Jimmy's turn.
How far away is the nearest werewolf?
Probably 30 feet.
So I
The
I
ones
get
on
to
the
him?
south are 30 feet away, yeah. There's 3 of
Okay.
them.
I want to jump out and close to them.
Okay.
I'm gonna rage.
Sure.
Or can I get? I mean, I'd have to move half movement to sneak. So I'm just gonna, you know.
Yeah, you'll have to come out and be seen.
It's okay though. So rage, got myself. What 3 are close to me?
4, 5, and 6.
4, 5, 6. All right, that works.
Yep.
I'm gonna target 4, and I'm gonna tell him. What was I gonna say? We will triumph because werewolves are dumb. And I'm gonna light my sun sword and attack them. Sorry, I don't got better. I'm sorry.
I'm super inspired.
Yeah,
let me
so
say-
inspired.
Right here, man. Right here.
Honestly,
I'm not gonna validate
if you're going to be dropping bombs like that, I should make you take the leadership feat.
Oh,
God,
that's how you do it.
that was an actual. That was a
You don't-
dog of an insult.
You don't have you have exhaustion and you don't have your shield push because you're raged.
What? What the shield thing you said?
You don't have your shield thing because you raged. It's bonus action.
Oh, you're right. Thank you. So disregard that anyways. But you're right. I don't have the exhaustion on me for some reason. Do I mark that on something, or how does that work?
Yeah,
Or
I
is
have
it
to
remember
put
it?
exhaust. No, you've got a short rest. You're not exhausted anymore.
Okay, good. That's good to know. And then I'm going to go ahead and
Gray Fox, good one.
use my inspiration.
Mothers are all bitches.
Action.
Good cut and accurate.
Yeah.
It's irrefutable.
Sorry, I should be 2 of them because I used my inspiration. I hit it no matter what. Okay, so no sneak attack.
Okay, you hit it for 7. 10 points of damage. I'm sorry, a 3 plus 7. 10 points of damage to the werewolf.
Yes.
It howls and shrieks, and you get a lot of looks as the sunblade erupts. Like all the werewolves are looking at you. Like, whoa, hold on.
Nice. And that will be my turn.
Nothing like a beacon that says "hit me."
Okay, now Cairo goes.
I'm gonna rename your sword Dog Whistle.
Dog
That's
whistle.
even worse than my line.
No.
Yeah. I was doing a messed up Spaceballs reference.
Name your sword the werewolf killer.
The werewolf killer.
Okay, so Kyril advances on Jimmy.
Really, not the guy that's been taunting him and hit him.
Jimmy's a lot closer and holding a sword made of fire, or made of sunlight.
Oh,
Actually, you know what? Hold on, I want to think about that. You did,
Taunt them for like 5. or I
yeah,
don't
and
know how many
actually,
minutes.
he can't get to him that quickly
that's
anyway.
what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear.
But he can't get to Ryder that quickly either.
Good.
Raider, I mean. He'll just close with Raider. Yeah, because you did just blast him with an Eldritch Blast. So he closes and bases Raider.
He looks like he's wearing a not luchador
Or is
mask.
he a step of the way?
Nah, he goes right up to you. That way he can, he's threatening the squares around you. Vermeil.
Tibble, who are you helping? Like in combat.
Who am I helping?
It affects my decisions here.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna run up to the closest one. The closest 1 or 2.
That'd be 4, 5, and 6, the ones to the south.
Okay.
Let's finish 4.
So 4,
Okay.
4 is the first one.
So I want to help Tibble and Jimmy with Werewolf 4 then.
Okay?
And then otherwise, I just want to make sure that those guys are between me and as many other werewolves as possible.
Sure. Okay.
Being super brave.
Basically, you're holding in the back and using a tree for cover. You basically have full cover and partial concealment.
And
Okay, so we skip Raider this round.
Turn.
Tibble.
So I presume I can run up to 4 and 5 at least. Can I get into a position where I can attack?
More than one.
Yeah.
You have 50 feet of movement now? Or 40?
I have 50 feet of movement.
Okay, you could get to any of the werewolves.
And how far back could I get after attacking?
If you attack the ones that Nick's on, 20 feet away. If you attack the ones across the road, none. You would be based with them. If you attacked the leader that's fighting with Raider, you could back up 10 feet.
No, so I've got help with 4, so I'm going to run up
Yep.
and attack 4
Okay,
with the silvered weapon.
sure.
Oops.
Hitting.
But
They don't have great armor.
You did an advantage.
yeah, let me do that again.
Oh, yeah, I might crit fish that.
Crit finish.
Okay, now you really hit.
Okay.
Oh, for
That's what I like to
15.
see. That's what I like to
Nice. You
see.
slash through, heavily wounding it with your silvered greatsword.
Now here's the question. Since we're doing theater of the mind, I've attacked him, so I have mobile. I can get away.
You could easily get away from him.
Okay, and that's the only one that can attack me. I'm not going to pull an opportunity attack. on
No,
anything
you
else?
advanced up because 4 is the closest one. The other ones are behind him. They were in a line. So they're all right next to each other, but he's the only one who's threatening you right now if you were to retreat.
All right, we're going to hit him again.
Okay.
No, we're not.
That is, no, you, oh yeah, don't get advantage on the second one. So that one missed.
But I am going to take my automatic damage
Oh, going for the pummel? Okay.
for the pommel.
Not the ninja kick? Resisted.
Is the pommel silvered with his silver greatsword or no?
We're going to say no.
Okay.
But neither is his fist, so it balances
There's
out.
my fist.
Next level, right?
Totally resistant.
Next level.
And then
Alright.
I
And then
want to
I'm-
start doing
Right.
that dodge action on your bonus action then.
yeah, you're right. Cost a key. Oh,
No.
no,
If
you're
you,
right.
well, if you make one of your weapon attacks a physical attack, you
That's
get plus
right.
2
I
armor
get
class
plus
at
2
least.
AC. I
Yeah,
should've
but then
done
he
that.
doesn't actually hurt anything with that right now.
No, he
but I
does
get
need.
plus 2
level he
AC.
would.
Next level, it'll be a lot better.
2 AC, and that can help. So I'm going to run back as far as I can to get
Okay,
away to-
you retreat back 20 feet, and you retreat into the cover of the bushes.
Great.
So you've got a little bit of cover. Well, not so much cover, but concealment
Right.
from ranged attacks. Okay, the werewolves go. So werewolf 1 advances on Raider. He can move 30 feet, so he just spends the whole turn advancing to Raider. Werewolf 2 advances to Raider. Werewolf 3 advances to Raider. Werewolf 4 will fight with Jimmy. And first he makes a claw attack, which hits for 8 damage, reduced down to 4. He makes a second claw attack that hits for 8, reduced down to 4. Make sure I read that right.
That's a lot of damage.
Hmm. He's rolling well.
He is. He's like 2d4.
Werewolf 5 will he'll dogpile on Jimmy.
Yeah.
I'm making this assumption, Nick, that you were getting as embroiled with many of them as
Oh, yeah.
possible. Okay.
Yeah.
So 4 and 5 are based with you. All right. First, he tries to bite, missing, and he follows it up with a claw, which really misses.
Nice.
Okay, and Werewolf 6, being unengaged, goes around and goes after Tibble to try and free you up from charging in and focusing. Or
Okay, he's
to
not gonna
keep
attack
you
Texas,
from
though.
charging in and focusing.
Little does he know you can attack him and leave anyway.
First
Right.
attack is a miss. Yeah, well, I'm trying to play him true to form. Second claw is a miss.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, we're at the top of the round. Esmeralda goes. So, Nope. she will. She hunkers back a little bit in the bushes, tucks her axe under her arm, and starts casting another spell. And as it finishes, Vermil, you're the only one who's really in a good position to see it. She splits into 4 images. They all
Nice.
move and act the same as she's moving. She then starts to advance a little closer. She's about 15 feet away from the majority of the werewolves now, to where she can pick where she wants to go. Okay, it is Jimmy.
All right, time for one of us to die. And it's not gonna be me. If I have him targeted, I can't. It's hard to tell.
He is targeted.
You have
I
advantage on
have
4.
target. Okay. Yep. I'm the first to try to shove him prone.
Okay. Wow, that's a pretty good one. He will try and outstrength it, and fails.
All right. So drop prone on number 4. He's not going anywhere.
Who's the good puppy?
And then I'm going to. With advantage, do I get sneak attack or no?
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect.
15
so
hits.
I should have done sneak attack last round then. My bad. Oh,
You
well.
didn't have advantage.
He didn't
I
have
did. I used my inspiration.
Inspiration.
Oh. Yeah, play on.
Yep.
Uh, 15 damage.
Forget
Uh,
about those
let me
snipes.
see something. Let me see something. Werewolf 4. Nick, roll a d6.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, he's dead. He only had
Nice.
2 health left. I'll retcon that.
Okay.
He should have died from the sneak attack.
I almost asked if I could add an extra d6 this time.
Yeah. Well, it was really going to be like if he still had like 20 health left, fuck it. But he had 2 hit points left, so I was like, if you don't roll a 1, he's dead.
I'm gonna look to number 5 and say you're next,
Okay.
and then that'll be my turn.
All right. Cairo goes. Cairo goes apeshit. He first tries to claw Raider. Wow.
You're gonna
Nice.
have to do better than that.
Might not be my day. All right. Then he tries to bite. Oh my god.
Raider is actually laughing.
Told you
All
didn't
the
need
good
us.
rolls were done against Nick.
All right. So, despite the fact that you're wearing heavy armor and toting a greatsword, he can't even make contact. He's just whiffing at air, and you're doing like a Mayweather, like what? Just barely dodging aside.
Apparently, he's super pissed.
It
No,
looks effortless.
It's like Edge of Tomorrow when
Like he knows it's coming. He
yeah,
just
Tom
turns.
Cruise
He
keeps
just
flipping around
moves
moving.
like it's coming and have to look. All right, Vermeil, you're up.
All right, so if I was hitting Werewolf 5,
Yep.
would I be in range to help Raider hit the leader guy?
Yes.
Oh, Raider, don't help Raider.
Okay. I'm just trying to get the ranges, so.
Yeah.
I
Basically,
do-
Brian, everything is considered nearby at this point. You are
Okay, cool.
near Jimmy. You are near Raider, so everything's nearby. Everything's within 1 move, so everything's 30 feet away or closer. That's why we don't really have to keep track too much. It's just who's based with who. So Raider is engaged with 1, 2, 3, and the leader. Jimmy is engaged with 5 and 6.
Well, not 6,
No,
right?
with
Now.
6.
Six
I'm
is
sorry,
Tibble.
with 5. Tibble's engaged with 6. Esmeralda and you are kind of in the back rank.
I'm going to try to help Jimmy with 5.
And 6
Okay.
is pretty set because 7, 8, 9.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus
I
Christ.
missed.
Oh my god, dad
You did
That's
miss.
disappointing.
Dad jokes.
All right, I'm gonna help Jimmy with Werewolf 5.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Raider.
Raider Raider's kind of laughing at Stoyanovich and then says, "It's going to be even harder to hit me when you can't see." And he casts darkness.
Nice.
Oh, shit. You already have inspiration. That one's great. Okay, a darkness centered on Raider. All the werewolves around you are
I can add
engulfed in.
disadvantage attack if you want onto my guy, if that helps.
That or just remind me. We'll see. Cause some of them are probably gonna get out of this shit, not knowing that you have opportunity attacks. Like they're like, oh, he can't see either.
All right, and he stays there. Actually, I mean, they don't actually get opportunity attacks because they're blind.
No, they don't.
So-
You do.
Yeah, Raider's gonna like kind of taunt them and pace back and forth, talking about how this is gonna be so easy to clean them all up.
Nice.
All
And
right.
Don't be afraid of the dark little pups.
Wow.
Or two.
Okay, Tibble.
All right, so Tibble is going to attack Werewolf 6 with the silvered sword. Hitting. He's then going to run by him and grab his tail and yank it very hard as an unarmed attack.
It's like you're jerking the werewolf off.
Hey, and you hit.
Hit
Hit
it.
it for
Pretty
max
easy to do.
damage, but it takes
Yeah.
nothing.
I feel like they're
Uh,
big hit point meat
and
bags.
then having taken that, he
It took
is-
nothing.
Yeah, they're immune to non-magical damage.
Non-silvered.
Non-silver, non-magic.
Shit.
But having done that, he increases
Has to
his
be a
AC
silver
by-
bullet.
Yes. having done an unarmed attack, he can raise his AC by
That is
2 for this
correct.
round, and he's going to run 40 feet away
Past
Okay.
me.
past Werewolf 6 that he
Okay,
did.
so you're running 40 feet like southeast. You're back the way the werewolves came.
Not far enough to disengage from them, but far enough to kind of like if they
You-
want to.
yeah, you'll still keep yourself within 30 feet or 40 feet of one of them.
correct.
Two of them, actually. 5 and 6
Alright.
are basically still within range for you.
Right.
Okay?
And I'm going to call him appalling. That's
Pollen.
I'll get
Okay.
that one. Yeah.
appalling, but with a
You don't know what a paw is?
Appalling.
Appalling. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, oh my gosh, it's right. I don't know if you...
They're just
Alright.
so bad I don't even
So-
notice.
I'm going to do something
You
here,
should
John.
be thankful.
This is the call I'm making. I don't think you'll disagree with it. Because they have advantage on perception checks for hearing or smell, I'm going to let them make a normal perception check because they have disadvantage already combined with that.
Right.
If they can make a check against your stealth roll, then you will not have
Stat?
you will not have disadvantage on this though because
Alright.
I feel like the darkness cancels out the armor. So, basically your stealth versus their perception. If they make it, they can attack normally. Otherwise, they're doing it with disadvantage. Because the wolves growl, "Little boy, we live in the dark." If they didn't have keen hearing and smell, I wouldn't do it. But there's almost no point in having keen hearing and
They're
smell.
gonna all find me.
Okay, so maybe this turn, they're not going to have as hard a time hitting you. Here.
You almost had it.
Perception. Yeah, that one definitely sees. Okay. He will make his attack. He goes for a claw. 17 misses. He goes for a bite. 19 hits.
You're still a bitch to hit, though.
Oh, barely got my concentration.
Constitution.
Concentration.
Oh, gotcha. I'm sorry. Well, he does 0 damage. Because you take no damage, I will not have you make a Constitution save. He doesn't actually
Gotcha.
pierce flesh.
Oh,
Okay.
I mean-
Next werewolf.
let's see.
Give me that. You know what? They can't fail this perception check. No, I'm looking at it. They have a higher bonus than you rolled.
It was because I was taunting them too much.
Yeah, you were too busy talking shit, and they were like, "Thanks, the talking helps me find you." All right, first one will go for a claw. 23 hits. Concentration holds, and you take 1 damage as they break through your temp hit points finally. He goes for a bite, critting.
Holy shit.
Ooh,
That's dangerous.
Oh, you're going to pass that one easy then.
good concentration.
It does 11 damage, and you make your Constitution save. Congratulations! You have not contracted lycanthropy.
But what if I want to?
That's what every Reddit thread ever about werewolves. Can I fail to save on purpose?
So did I have to make a save,
You know,
Jason?
the only
Did they
people
attack me?
he never bit you. The only people that don't want to fail are in AL games, because if you become a werewolf in AL, your character's retired.
I want to become a werewolf because I saw that movie with Hugh Jackman.
What?
Hugh Jackman was a werewolf. What was that movie called?
Wolverine.
No, not that one.
I think it was just called like werewolf or something like that.
Hugh
No, that's
Jackman
the one
was a
where he
werewolf? When was Hugh Jackman a werewolf?
He was the one vampire killer.
Van Helsing?
Yeah.
He became a.
think-
I didn't remember him being a werewolf in that.
Wow. Obviously, we'll have to watch it together sometime.
I remember
Yes,
him being a vampire hunter
the only way
with
to
a
kill a
kick-ass hat.
The only way, like the whole legend was, the only way to kill the vampire was to be a werewolf, and it turns out he was actually a werewolf or something. So.
Oh, maybe. I thought you were talking about Jack Nicholson in Wolf.
No.
Some of the best lines Jack Nicholson's ever had.
Yeah.
When they're at the urinal and he pisses on the guy's shoes. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Marking my territory.
Nice.
All right. Werewolf 3 goes. We will throw a claw. Missing. Throw a bite. Missing. Okay. Werewolf 5. Will. That one's engaged with Jimmy. He will continue attacking Jimmy. First he goes for a claw. And hits. For 6, reduced down to 3. And then he tries to bite and whiffs. Okay. And Werewolf 6. Let's see. Werewolf 6 charges for. I'm going to say charges for Esmeralda, actually.
I'm gonna yell at him. Come on at me! I'm terrified.
Oh my god.
Oh, was that rough?
I don't even have inspiration I can take away.
If you
All
can
right.
like work in Wiener Dog somehow to hit a new low.
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll all be big wieners here.
You're not a wiener, you're a loser. All right. Goes for the claw on Esmeralda. Missing her. Is it only on a hit? I should probably check that.
Her mirror illusion AC is plus her dex, 10 plus dex.
Right, but is that... Do you have to roll a hit before you see which one of them it goes for? Which one of them disappears? I don't remember. I need to check mirror image again. Hold on. She's got so many goddamn spells. And not many left.
I thought I had to roll to see if it actually hit.
Okay. Each time they
I think you
target
actually
you.
have to roll d20 every time.
Yeah, each time you target, you roll. And so let me roll a d20 real quick.
And then did it hit her or hit one of the?
It hit a mirror image. So it swings at a mirror
did-
image, and
Did it
it,
actually hit it? Because I'm assuming she has a +2 dex, but I could be wrong.
it did not
It missed.
hit it. You're right. No, it missed it. I think it. Wait. Hold on.
Yeah.
Her AC
I'm
for
checking
the images
her-
is 10
checking
plus
her
dex
AC.
mod.
Her dex, I mean. Oh my god. Yeah, it whiffs. It whiffs hard.
Nice.
Okay, so she still has 3 images up. And then it'll go for a bite, which it's gonna. I don't know. I feel like they shift constantly, right? So it still targets an image, and that bite misses. Okay, that's everyone. It is Esmeralda's turn. So, Esmeralda will untarget 5 is just targeting 6 now. She will attack with her rapier and hand axe. No, I'm sorry, silvered short sword. Okay, so she does 2 attacks with the rapier. First one is a crit that does 21 damage, critically wounding it.
Jesus. That was
She
a good
then
roll.
follows with a silvered short sword that hits and does 7 more damage. And then she whirls around and stabs one more time with her rapier, critting.
Golly.
Well, at least
Should've
she's
known.
on fire. Thanks for
And
having her
does
on fire,
17
Jason.
more. Yeah, you're welcome.
Any more comments about DMPCs?
Yeah, you guys got a problem with DMPC now?
I'm okay as long as it's on my side. I don't care.
Okay, she murders the shit out of 6.
We're gonna
And
go through the campaign. And Esmeralda randomly wants to check under this crack on the 3rd stone. Oh, secret passage!
she advances to Werewolf 5.
I guess it's a 6-foot underdog now.
Oh, Jesus. That was actually pretty good. All right. Jimmy.
All right. I'm gonna look at him. Sorry.
You had it. There you go.
I know. I keep thinking of a target like shows up on him versus on myself,
Right.
so it throws me off. All right, so I'm gonna hit him with my shield. Say
You
sit.
already have advantage.
I know, but this way limits his movement options.
And other
That is
people
true.
might have advantage too.
19,
I'm just saying if he already kills it. he
17.
can knock
He's
something else
prone.
All right. So prone on number 5.
There's a baby crying in the woods, guys. I don't know if you
I
heard
hear it. Best be making peace with your maker.
that. 21 hits. Don't forget your sneak.
Yep. There we are. Sun sword. Ugh,
14 damage, heavily wounding him.
that was below average. And then that'll be my turn.
Isn't 8 the average on the dice roll?
Get a 7.
Well, yeah.
There was
Man.
1 below
Well,
average.
technically
Gift
it's
horse
5.5
much?
plus 2.5. Yeah.
All right. Kyril will make
Hit,
his.
doesn't matter.
Whiff.
Oh, he'll make his save right away. Or his check. So he will attack Raider in the darkness, missing with his claw, and hitting with the bite for
Check concentration
9.
and
Made
Nada.
not a problem. Okay. Vermeil.
All right. I would like to attack the same werewolf that I have targeted.
down on the ground.
Yeah, he's prone
Finish him
now.
off with advantage. Do I need to check advantage or will it
No,
auto
it's
apply?
prone, so you'll get it automatically.
I just wanted to verify.
Crit,
Nice. It's-
That's
Nice.
especially with his
Nice.
sneak attack.
Yep.
Because that's 6 extra dice now. Holy shit.
good. All right.
That's a boat of dice. Oh my god.
What the fuck?
We got
I'm a
66 extra for the crit.
So, hey, Vermeil.
Or
Maybe like to
fo-
show off, man. It's not a
46.
contest.
That sounded disturbingly like Cromwell there.
Okay, let me roll some dice, what I
Okay,
do.
are you Cromwell or Jimmy Two Squalls?
No, Jimmy might say that. Totally say that.
He definitely would not say, "Hey, yo, it's no contest." The way you said it, he'd have been more like, "Ahoy, matey," or some dwarf pirate
Yeah,
thing.
sure. I need to get more into the pirate.
Right?
scene.
Yeah, you
So
sound
the only
like
thing
Cromwell.
Tibble can hit is Werewolf 5,
You
correct?
sound like, I'll bet this curtain rod's magic, guys.
Is the only thing Tibble can hit Werewolf 5?
Werewolf 5
It's
is
the only thing
dead.
you can currently
Tibble
see.
can get to any of them. However, they are all in a
Any?
globe of darkness right now.
Stacking the deck in your favor, lad.
Not 5. 5 isn't.
5's dead,
All right.
isn't it? Oh no,
It's
it's
critical.
critically
5 is
wounded.
critical.
Then yes, he can still hit. He can get to 5.
I want to help Tibble with Werewolf 5,
Okay.
Woohoo!
and as far as I think I'm good.
Okay.
Alright.
Raider.
And the Raider's going to continue his exchange and say, well, while you've been at home in the darkness, all your friends will be dying in the light. And he's going to... Great weapon. He's gonna try and hurt Werewolf 1 with a great weapon attack.
Okay.
That's 5. Advantage. He's gonna have his sword flame up. Oh, it's a good thing they have no armor class.
Woo! Hit barely.
The green flame blade.
Green flame.
Green flame.
Plus damage.
Nice.
And that fire, I'll have the fire also jump on to Kirill.
10 more to him.
And-
Nice.
Damn.
He's gonna walk away from the group so that they can see all their dying and dead friends.
Oh, like you're gonna walk back enough that the globe comes off of him?
Yep.
Oh, I
He's-
love it. All right. Yeah. Raider
And,
steps.
I
You
think
back
it's a
up like.
bonus action. Yeah. So he's gonna second wind as well. Bonus
Okay.
Action.
Nice.
Got back 7 health. Yeah, you back up enough. Now, are you backing up and then putting him in the darkness again, or just backing up?
He's gonna go onto the other side of them so that they're surrounded by everyone now.
Oh, okay. All right. So you move off to the
But
north.
not too far away. Like he wants, if they engage any of his friends, he wants to be able to get to at least one of them.
Sure, absolutely. That makes sense. Okay. Well, you move out, and yeah, they seem pretty demoralized, and they look around and see that they're the only werewolves, like, still standing.
I mean, they're gonna see Tibble go up and kill Werewolf 5 right now.
Yeah, basically. All
That's
right.
exciting.
Tibble.
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, ooh.
I'm gonna run up to Werewolf 5, and in a husky voice, I'm gonna say, "Heal," and then I'm gonna.
What are you hitting on them?
Hi, Chihuahua.
Oh my god, that's better. I feel like a husky voice is like hitting on him.
No, but he said heal.
I know. Maybe
He
it's like
said it in a husky voice.
And it is dying.
exactly. Said in a husky voice.
That one is now
Like,
dying, Scott Tibble.
I don't know.
I can reach another one, I assume.
You absolutely could. Any of the 3. However, any of them you engage would leave you within opportunity attack range of the others. Just warning.
Do it
'Cause
in
they
patient
were
defense.
they were all
Go
next to
ham.
each other in a group.
I think that's the way to do it. So,
Gotta murder these werewolves.
I agree. I'm just looking at the. Okay.
No, you know what?
So,
The darkness is cleared. You could engage one. You could move. You have enough movement because you haven't moved yet. You could move around and engage one.
I had to move somewhat to get to 5.
Yeah, but 5 was right by you. I mean, you weren't that far away.
I moved away last round after pulling its tail.
That
Right.
was the other one though.
Right. Okay. If I can reach one of them, tell me which one I can reach. I'm just gonna.
Do you have 40 or 50 feet of movement? Because that's what it really boils down to. You have
50.
50 feet of movement. Yeah, you're not more than 30 feet away from one of them. So yeah, you could move over and engage and still back out of melee range.
Okay. Well, then I'll go ahead and attack Werewolf 1
Okay.
with the great sword as well.
18 hits for shit damage. You do 7,
And
but it
I
is
will
heavily
use-
wounded.
I will use patient defense.
Okay.
So I'm
Burn
gonna
a
dodge,
key,
get out
and you
of
drop
way.
the dodge on you. You're good to go.
And I'm gonna move away just a bit.
Okay. And you move out 10, 15 feet away to where they'll have to commit to go after you.
Right.
Okay. Werewolf 1, given the choice of darkness or you, does opt to go for you.
Mm-hmm.
Untarget Raider. Whoops.
And then realizes his mistake.
Untarget Raider, target Tibble. He goes for a claw with disadvantage and whiffs. He goes for a bite with disadvantage and whiffs. Now sees that this was a serious mistake. And at this point, he's going to bolt. So he runs 15 feet north to try and get to the woods. You get an
Oh, but I
opportunity
didn't
attack.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see.
Because he's not going to survive another round if he doesn't go for it.
He's not gonna survive anyway.
Hit for 8. Luckily, he hits like shit. Yeah, Werewolf 1 tears ass away. He makes it to like the tree line, but not into the woods yet.
Now, when we were in the tower, did you accidentally pick up the wet noodle instead of the sword, or?
But man, I can hit with it.
All right, Werewolf 2 goes. Werewolf 2. A little perception real quick. No. They cannot figure out where Raider is in that huge globe of darkness. They aren't really willing to run back into it. And Werewolf 2 just bolts. He just runs. He can take a path that doesn't get near anything. He runs 80 feet into, or 60 feet into the woods. Yeah. Werewolf 3, seeing Werewolf 2 take off and Werewolf 1 get ravaged trying to get away, also decides that this is not worth it and runs for it. He runs 60 feet into the woods as well, 30 feet deep into the woods. And start of the next round. Esmeralda goes. She will target what's his ass, Werewolf 1.
I like it.
And she again drops her, or flips her axe under her arm, reaches out and points at him, and you see a flight of swirling glowing balls form around her wrist and follow the direction she's pointing and chase after him like homing missiles.
Okay, so that's what's it called?
Magic missile.
Yeah.
And she blows a 3rd level slot on it.
Nice.
So it fires, it's what, 3 to start? So 5 darts?
5.
Yeah. So, dart 1, dart 2, dart 3, dart 4, dart 5.
Ooh.
Yeah. And blast the crap out of it. It drops in its tracks.
Nice.
Jimmy.
Can I reach either Werewolf 2 or Werewolf 3 or no?
No. No, you
No?
weren't based with them and they ran 60 feet. Now you could just take up a chase, which we're out of combat at that point.
Well, he has a bonus action dash if that would get to him, but he wouldn't be able to knock him down or anything.
Oh yeah, I could dash. That would give me 60 feet of movement.
Would that
If
work
you
too
ran
far?
and dashed, I still wouldn't let you just necessarily
You'd
catch
be like
them.
20 feet behind, or
Basically, if you want to give
Okay.
chase, they've disengaged. If you want to give chase,
Yeah.
you can give chase. That's up to you.
No, I'm just gonna kill Kirill.
Okay?
That's too much work at that point. Jimmy's not much for chasing. All right, so Kirill's not in the darkness, right?
Correct.
Nope.
You've tasted the darkness, now taste the light.
That's probably the best one he's done so far.
Yeah.
So let's try and be
Alright.
supportive, guys.
Yeah. First of all, I'm gonna hit my shield first.
Slow
He
clap.
also smells bad.
Slow clap.
Shut up. Don't judge me.
It was good. I liked it. Taste the darkness, now taste the light. Okay.
Taste these nuts.
27. That's a pretty good athletics check.
Yep.
All right. Kyril will strength check that. And nope.
All right. Oh, sorry, I dropped it on my bed. I thought I had target, but could. Okay, so time to see actions. Dip, potato chip. All right.
I tried to explain that to Jen. She
Yeah, she didn't get it.
You taking the sneak attack already? All right, I was optimistic, but it worked out. Oh, that's a nice hit. 18 damage, moderately wounding him.
Yeah.
And now it's Kyril's turn.
Yeah.
Well, faced with trying to attack the darkness or you, he goes for you.
Tell him, give me your best shot. She's
Uh,
standing.
Is that first?
Sorry.
You
Stand
standing up?
first.
Yeah, he'll stand. That's half his movement.
All right.
He will
Excuse me.
go for claw, which misses, and a bite, which hits.
This is where Jimmy becomes a werewolf.
For 4 damage, knocked
What
down to
he's
2.
always wanted.
I need a
Hold on,
Constitution save.
Can I choose to fail it?
Paladin,
No,
barbarian,
you cannot
rogue,
choose to
werewolf.
fail it.
Hey!
And Jimmy is
It's
cursed.
caught like can't.
What does that even mean? I don't even know.
It means you're
gonna
cursed.
find out.
I mean, I think Jason's probably got his own version of it because
Okay.
I think that the DM or G.
It means
kind of
once you
beyond.
take this guy into Adventurers League, he's retiring.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yep. It means your guy is now Adventures League illegal.
Well, I mean, I could always get a cure, right, before it happens, or is there not curing that?
Honestly, I'll have to read up on werewolves.
Oh,
It's been a
that'd be
while.
Maybe if I
They
kill
probably
him.
remove curse thing, but maybe
Esmeralda would probably know. She's been doing this for a while.
she might just kill you.
I saw that movie. Van Helsing.
I think from the DMG he gets like resistance.
I'm looking.
the same
It would
resistance and
be strength of 15 if it isn't already higher.
Nice.
Plus 1 AC bonus while in wolf or hybrid form from
Nice.
natural armor. And attack and damage rolls for the natural weapons are based on strength.
stuff. Does it not give him any resistance? I thought there's stuff about that too.
Well, he gains all those traits, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
As
immune to
in,
natural
normal
weapons.
Don't hurt
Do I
him
lose
anymore.
control?
Yeah.
I mean, how's that work out?
Yeah, you can.
That's up to Jason. On
And plus, you're a rager too. So, I
Yeah.
might just say if you rage, you're completely out of control. Like if you rage, you're just my character and you attack the closest thing.
Okay.
so
he's
you
the
don't
guy-
actually like this.
He's the whirlwind you let loose in the room. Okay, push Jimmy in and shut the door.
Nice.
The castle turns on you.
Because,
All right.
I mean, I can't
I
not
turn
rage.
on the castle.
And
Then I
now
ra- then I jump
we'll
rage,
have
I
Tibble
die,
try and
so-
talk him down. Come on, Big Green. Come on, Big Green. Just touch my hand.
Nice.
Who's a good puppy?
All kinds of weird shit happened to my character in this campaign.
Good boy, good boy. I know. He's turned
He
into a
almost should just be a
He's turned
werewolf.
into
It's
Trump.
like
Just
the
'cause
most
why
fucked up
not?
character.
Why
It's the
not?
most
Chiral
fucked-
done?
Yeah. It's the most
All
fucked
right.
up character ever.
Yes,
I feel like
Kyrill's
I
done.
have
I'm sorry.
Damage coming.
Vermeil.
All right, I want to close the distance on him.
Okay, not a
We're
problem.
going for this shit.
Oh, he's charging in.
Yeah.
Vermeil's gonna make it happen.
Sounds like it'll be fun.
He's trying to leech. Muji wants in on the kill for this one.
Yeah.
Hits with a short sword.
What was that noise?
Big old sneak attack.
Wow.
17 damage. Not too
It
bad.
was exactly average, guys.
It was exactly average. You're right.
And we're gonna help. Honestly, I kind of want to help Raider.
Do it.
I mean, Raider has
Because
advantage from
Power
darkness,
attack.
but
He already
You
has
have advantage
advantage.
because of darkness?
Yeah.
Oh, you're bringing darkness over him. All right,
Yeah.
I will help Tibble then. I'm
Okay.
good at that.
can Raider get there and move out of the way at this point?
Can you move up to him and then move away again?
Yeah.
The radius of the darkness is what? 10 feet?
15.
15? So you'd have to
Or is it
move up
10?
15 and back up 15. You have 30 movement, right? Yeah. Because he hasn't moved since you backed away from the darkness last time. So
His no one can see it but him, but his sword lights up in green flame again.
subdue him and force him to bite you each until you're all werewolves.
Nice.
I love it.
Nice.
I don't want to be a werewolf. Because
I'm
I'm.
actually-
Come on, man. Everybody else is doing it. Don't be a pussy.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it out like Jimmy's
Hey.
trying to resist it.
That's just taking 3 idiots and a mastermind, like, to the nth degree.
Right. 3 idiot werewolves in one mastermind. Okay.
with a one of those leashes. Like,
Damn, 27.
Big head.
nice.
And then he moves out of the way.
Did you do green flame blade on that one?
and the great.
Oh, there it
sword
is. I
power
see.
attack.
Yeah, that was pretty badass. All right, and then Raider backs away.
It's your last
Which is
time
really-
to look up at the clouds, hero.
Oh, damn. You still haven't used your inspiration. I'll let you give it to someone. You've just been having your way with this guy.
Oh, thank you.
Just don't use inspiration on this Tibble. Be a man, attack him and kill him.
He doesn't need it. He's got help.
He's got advantage.
That's what I'm
just
saying.
giving him inspiration.
Absolutely. Thank you. All right. So your turn done?
Did you give it to him so Jason can take it away as soon as he
Probably.
makes a terrible pun?
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
So, yeah, I'm going to run up and stab him. But before I do, I'm going to say your voice sounds a little high considering you just lost all your subwoofers.
Oh, God.
I
Get-
think
get-
Tibble's like
Get rid of your
negative
inspiration.
15 inspiration DKP or something.
I'm not going to take his inspiration.
Come on, subwoofers? That's fantastic.
It's not. If you'd
No.
said if you'd said
You-
subwoofers, you would have
That's
gotten
what I-
some. You would have gotten a nod from me.
You have been off your game tonight.
I
I'm
thought
a
you
little
said
disappointed.
woofers, like woof, rough, rough.
I'm going to go against inside inspiration. So, crit fishing.
All right. Oh shit!
You
That's a
did
max
it.
damage hit.
Nice.
Yeah, you just step up and straight up behead Kyril. Awesome.
Hopefully without saying what you said.
That was the best one yet. Y'all just don't appreciate it.
He's like,
It was terrible.
especially since you lost, and everyone else is like, stop it!
Like my soul is
No, actually, as you're
probably
yelling that,
dead.
as you're saying that, he starts to just howl so loudly nobody can hear the end of it, and then you cut his head off. And then
I'm thankful for
and
him howling
Esmeralda
for a
goes,
moment.
"Oh darn! I didn't get to hear what you were gonna." No, I'm just kidding. So Esmeralda looks around, and she just goes, "Maybe you've got a shot." She holds
Join
up,
us.
she sheathes her rapier, she reaches up over her head, makes a gesture, and she pulls her hand down. Her whole body just vanishes.
That's a nice trick.
Raider's thinking to his friend, I'd like to know how to do that.
She's hiding behind a tree. It's an illusion. I saw it at a carnival once. Or sorry, I saw it. I can't talk about my
I think I did more damage in that combat than I have so far.
Probably. That's probably a
That
fair.
crit was pretty
I got
big.
44
I
damage
actually
done.
think Esmeralda did the most damage that combat.
Oh yeah, she's
Yeah,
pretty sick.
DMPCs, they're OP.
We
Okay.
get it without her though.
All right. So your friend answers. I don't know how he would say it in character, but out of character, he says, "Not on your spell list, bub." You should have gone Archfey.
I think I can learn greater invisibility at level 4.
I think he would
No,
say it
that's-
something like,
That's Warlock
"I like to
Archfey.
see you bleed, boy."
Oh man.
At least when I looked the spell up, it said Warlock. That's what I was doing. I looked up the spell. It says Warlock Archfey. So I don't think it's on your spell list.
I mean, I wasn't actually going to take it in.
Yeah. He's like, you're gonna need a whole nother pact, buddy.
I think he just likes to see Raiden bleed. That's it.
Okay. Well, I think we're gonna stop right there.
All right.
All right.
Good game. Nice fight. It's good
Yeah,
to
that's
get to kill
fun.
some shit.
Yeah.
So does being a paladin, does being a werewolf gain alignment to evil? I mean, how does that work exactly?
No,
Being a werewolf, I mean.
no. What
No?
you do as a werewolf to dictate your alignment.
Okay, so I wasn't sure if I need to because I would totally play that as myself, praying to resist the evil, whatever.
Right. Actually, all right, Scott, this is growing on me because it was his underling werewolves.
Yes.
So they were
yes. His
sub-wolfers.
subs.
That was actually really
he
good.
said
Oh my God.
subwoofers though.
I thought he said
Yeah,
wolf.
whatever.
He said wolf. You're sub-wolfers, which is pretty awesome.
It sure sounded like.
I
I
know.
have
It just sounded like to me too.
Pronunciation.
I have a question before we finish this game.
Yes.
Okay.
If I take the Heartstone and go up and touch Nick, touch Jimmy,
Push me there. You're not my dad.
does it cure his curse?
Where do you touch him?
So is lycanthropy actually a curse or is it a disease? Because
it is a curse.
Oh, you're not level 3 paladin yet.
Right,
So
I'm on level 2. I'm on
So
fucked up build.
yeah, if it's a curse, then it doesn't have any effect. If it's a disease, then it cures it.
I believe lycanthropy is a curse.
So that's
Okay.
what the DM manuals. I looked it up. It says it's a curse of lycanthropy.
Yeah.
Well then, put
So
my
no.
hearthstone up.
You
Put
touch
my
the Hearthstone
hearthstone
to
away.
him, but it doesn't help.
Okay.
Jimmy says, "Don't touch me there, lad. You're not my dad."
You ain't got the stones for me to touch you where I want.
Whoa.
Wow,
Weird.
That got
Wow.
weird fast.
that did.
Okay. So I saw a couple new viewers today. Glad everyone stopped by. Hope you enjoyed watching the game. Session 12 will start at 7 o'clock Central next Tuesday. We're going to continue this and probably start getting a lot more fights now. And I guess that's it. This will be going up on YouTube. I missed an episode. I didn't get 9 loaded up. So it goes session 7, 8, 10. So
Whoops.
I feel like a lot happened in 9 too. But
Well, this
Which
is
one was
11.
9?
yeah, this is 11. I've got it marked as 11.
Okay.
9 was I think 9 was the hags. So
Oh,
I only have 1 to 10 in my notes, but I could be crazy.
right. What I'm saying is I forgot to upload number 9. Unless the last session was number 9
Yes.
actually.
Last
Nine-
session was
And
number
this
Nine
is
the
10.
Hags, and when we learned
So-
about the keepers of the feather.
Do I get to choose when becoming a lycanthrope, Jason, or is it
Right,
just
and I don't think I have that one.
Okay.
The archive is what I'm talking about. It goes 8, 10, 11 now.
Correct.
Do what, Nick?
Jason? Do I get to choose when becoming a lycanthrope, like when I change, or is that random?
I don't know. I have to read more. I think
Okay.
you have to undergo a change first before you can do it on purpose.
Gotcha.
Or you might even have to Edward Norton it and master your anger first.
I think
Yeah.
that's what has to happen. You have to learn how to control it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to shut the stream down here and